Okay, so I did not end up mentioning anything about revenge like I was supposed to. um, okay, so like I said before, you should practice forgiving, and because it's not easy for all of us to do that, right? It's not easy to forgive sometimes. Sometimes we act like complete jerks to people, and we don't realize that we're projecting our own pain and suffering onto other people. And we're making other people suffer because we just being selfish as part of our human nature sometimes, right? A lot of the times, right? So regarding revenge, scripture say the scripture says the scripture says that revenge is not for you, it is for God. God himself will get revenge. God says that we should pray for our enemies if you can. It's not easy, you guys. It is not easy because some of these people out here are pure evil, and they do all these evil things behind closed doors. 111 on the phone, and they think that nobody's watching, but the truth is nothing is ever done truly done in secret. There's always somebody watching. God sees it all. And if you think that God doesn't see you, just be careful, because the rule, especially what's been going around a lot on YouTube, normal conversations, and TikTok, you get whatever you put out into the world is what comes back to you. And that seems like that is a universal, widely used train of thought, idea that we tend to say pretty often, right? It's true. I believe in it. You get whatever you put out is whatever you get in life. So if you're constantly talking negative about somebody because you won't let it go, or you're slandering somebody, you're going to act whatever is in our hearts is what comes out of our mouth. Okay. Whatever we hold in our hearts and our minds is what comes out of our mouth. So if we speak negative about somebody, that person is so ugly, or that person is so lazy, and you will be perceived as that. If people hear you saying that, you don't realize that you will be perceived as that. But back to revenge. I get sidetracked, but God says that revenge is for him. And what I will say about that is, I have seen God get revenge on my enemies so many times. In 20 years in the army, I've seen God get revenge, and to be honest, it's kind of scary because when God really cares about you, he takes his children very seriously. It's very scary. I've seen people lose their lives with their careers. I mean, not their lives, but it's possible you could lose your life depending on how bad something is that you did to somebody. But most of the time you will not see that. But I truly have seen the enemies, and also God is a mysterious God too, because I've seen God make my enemies into my closest allies, my closest friends. It's happened more than once in the military for me. Yeah, it's happened 3 times. He made my worst enemies become my closest allies. God is a mysterious God. But yeah, so I've seen God get revenge for people before. It is very scary, but as long as you always try your best and you don't intentionally mean somebody harm, you should be fine, right? All right, so I hope that helps somebody, and if anything else, just pray, and ask God to help you forgive and not get revenge. Pray that God helps you learn how to forgive so that you can have a better life yourself, right? All right, be blessed, everybody.